Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your love reading for May 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. I've already shuffled the decks and you did have one jumping card. Let me show you what that is. The card that jumped for you is the Ace of Pentacles. So this does represent some type of new beginning for you. For those who are single, this can be somebody new coming into your life. But for those who are hoping to heal a relationship, maybe heal a marriage, this can be a new beginning in the relationship. The Ace of Coins does represent a very kind of unexpected new beginning, which made me want to show you what was at the bottom of this deck, because you do have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, you know, it's that same energy of things changing very quickly, kind of unexpected movement in your love life. Let me go ahead and show you what's at the bottom of this deck. Here you have the Magician. So, I mean, this represents empowerment. This can even represent something that you do. It could be if your marriage is struggling, if your relationship is struggling, perhaps something that you do changes everything. The Magician means that you are in control. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this back. Let's start with this deck here and get 9 cards for you. This is the love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May 2019. The first card you have is the 9 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. 6 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. 2 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. The Hermit. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. 9 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. The Emperor. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. 10 of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May. The Sun. Love reading for the sign of Sagittarius for May, and the 5 of Swords. Okay, what's the most important thing that Sagittarius needs to hear about their love life for May 2019? The message that you have, Sagittarius, is strength. So strength is, you know, this is a message of courage. This is telling you to hang in there, to be brave. And this also is a message, don't let your ego get the best of you. Because, I mean, I see that you kind of have that message. Just kind of looking at the spread, you do have some messages here that perhaps you're really stressed, you're afraid, you even have possible sabotage here with the 5 of Swords. So strength is saying, try to look at things from a different perspective. Don't let your ego, don't let your fears get in the way. So we'll come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, if you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below, also a link to my Facebook, and you should be watching this on YouTube channel, Channeled Guidance Tarot. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here. Because, I mean, I haven't even gotten into the cards and I see a lot of things for you. You start off with the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. So the 9 of Cups is telling you that you can have what you want. This does represent wish fulfillment. This can represent perhaps your wishes with a specific person. Maybe you want to get back together. Maybe you want to stay together. This represents that you're getting what you want and you are extremely happy. Now, I do see, you know, you do have some type of delay going on here. The 2 of Wands always means that you're waiting. It can represent that you've been waiting for this wish to come true, or you've been waiting for this happiness to come in. You do have the 6 of Swords in the middle. So the 6 of Swords does mean that things are moving forward for you. Remember, you had the Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Things are moving forward in a very unexpected way. The 6 of Swords is saying, though, that things are changing for you in your love life to make things much better. So if you've been in a relationship where there's been a lot of struggling, and I do see that in the spread, the 6 of Swords is saying that you're moving into a much healthier place in your relationship or in your marriage. And I see you being extremely happy here, but for some of you, it could be that there's some type of delay, there's waiting as far as, you know, maybe things falling into place. That would definitely explain why you have this card. Strength, telling you, you know, things are going to get better for you. I see that here. I see you being extremely happy here with the 9 of Cups. But strength is saying, you know, you need to take a deep breath and kind of try to look at things from a different light. Because I feel like there is some waiting involved here. That's why you're being told to be patient. Now, in the second row, you've got the Hermit, the 9 of Swords, and the Emperor. So I do see a lot of fears here. The 9 of Swords does usually mean that you're really stressed out about what's happening in your love life right now. This is actually you imagining the worst. So, I mean, it can be that you're perhaps worried that a marriage is not going to work out. Maybe you feel like you're losing your partner. For some of you, you could have already lost a relationship and you feel like everything is lost, they're not coming back. I mean, keep in mind that you have the Hermit here. And I mean, the Hermit this is letting you know that someone is doing a lot of thinking and a lot of soul searching to figure out the truth. And this, for some of you, it very well can be they're trying to figure out how they feel about you, or they're trying to figure out what you mean to them, or if they want to stay together with you. Just to kind of give you a sneak peek here, for the X spread, the Hermit did jump for you. We're going to do that in a few minutes. But I mean, so this is an important card for you. There is a lot of soul searching going on. For some of you, it can be that your partner is doing the soul searching. You know, if you feel like you're losing someone, they're not talking to you. Because I mean, you have a lot of Swords cards in the spread. I mean, there is a lot of thinking going on. Either you're doing a lot of thinking about somebody, or somebody's doing a whole lot of thinking about you. But I feel like you're in a stressful place, and you're very worried that something has happened, like you've lost someone, or you feel like you're worried that somebody is cheating on you, or that someone's not going to come back to you. I see someone doing a lot of thinking here with the Hermit. Now you do have the Emperor. So the Emperor, this is about taking control. This is about staying in the driver's seat. Keep in mind that you did have the Magician at the bottom of the deck, which I showed you at the beginning of the spread, which is that same message of empowerment. So don't let your fears get the best of you. Because the Emperor means that you stay in the driver's seat. You need to take charge of the situation. Because I feel like for some of you, you will be waiting, but you're moving into a much healthier place. And again, with the first card being the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, you're getting exactly what you want. It's just a matter of being patient. Now, this bottom row here, you've got the Ten of Swords, the Sun, and the Five of Swords. And like I said, I mean, look at all the Swords cards that you have here. Here, you've got the Six of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Usually even like one Swords cards there. They're always challenging, and you've got quite a few. So I feel like there's a lot on your mind. You're doing a lot of thinking about your love life, your relationship, your marriage. You're highly stressed. It's right in the center of the reading here. The Ten of Swords does mean that it's time to move on. I mean, for some of you, it could be that maybe, yes, you need to move on from a relationship. Maybe because you want to move on. This just means the worst is behind you. I mean, my goodness, you have the Sun right next to it. The Sun's the most positive card in the deck, which is promising you happiness. It could be promising you love. But it also means positive energy. You've got to stay in a positive place. I mean, seeing this with the Five of Swords, because to me the Five of Swords is a really challenging card, which can either be that, you know, there is some type of sabotage going on in your love life. And it can definitely be that maybe your partner, or you, it depends because this is a general reading, someone is making just bad decisions. Perhaps maybe somebody made a really, you know, terrible mistake. Perhaps somebody cheated or someone lied. This can represent sabotage. If that's the case, if you're wondering, like, should I forgive so-and-so for what they did or what they said, you do have this message that it's time to move on. There was a mistake, but you do have happiness and success here in the middle with the Sun. So again, if you're kind of, you know, on the fence here about forgiving somebody or taking somebody back because maybe they did something very painful, very hurtful to you, there is success in moving on. And for those of you where you want to move on from a relationship, maybe you feel like it's time that I move on because this is not what I want, or you feel like it's time that I move on because I want to be with someone else. If you move on, you will be happy. Or it could also be if you move on from a mistake, which would be the Five of Swords, a very unwise decision. If you move on from that, maybe if you forgive, you can be happy again. Because, I mean, you've got the Nine of Cups and the Sun. That is you being extremely, extremely happy. Okay, let's get a few more. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius for May? You've got the Queen of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius for May? You've got the Eight of Coins, messages for Sagittarius for May, and the Four of Wands. So you've got an air sign here, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also be you if you have a Moon or Rising and an air sign. If there is no air sign, it can definitely be, because I mean, all the Swords cards that you have in the spread, that either you or your partner, you're just in a very mental place right now. You're doing way too much thinking, overthinking. You're analyzing everything. There's just a lot on your mind. Sometimes the King and the Queen of Swords come up for that reason. Because, I mean, there is a lot of effort here. So I feel like for some of you, it definitely is you. Like, you're not ready to give up on a relationship. You're not ready to give up on a person or marriage. The Eight of Coins does imply that there is a lot of work being put in towards a relationship. And for some of you, it very well can be a marriage, because you've got the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands is a marriage, although it can also be a live-in relationship. This is just stability. There is stability around you as far as your love life. So if you feel like everything's up in the air and you don't really know where you stand with a person and everything's so uncertain, I do see you being very stable here, in a very stable, committed relationship. But there is effort that needs to happen here, and also the need to take control with the Emperor. I feel like this is really important for you because you had the Magician at the bottom of the deck, and now the Emperor comes up for you, which just means that you have to stay in control. But for some of you, it just also means that you have to maybe take some type of action. And for some of you, it could be that not taking action could be a very unwise decision. If you're just kind of standing by and you're not maybe letting somebody know how you feel, or maybe you're refusing to talk to someone, that could be a decision that you regret. Okay, so let's look at the confirmation deck now. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius for May? Okay, you got the Six of Swords. That is a repeat card because it's right here. What other messages are there for the sign of Sagittarius for May? Page of Swords. What other messages are there for Sagittarius for May? And the Two of Cups. What's the most important message that Sagittarius needs to hear about their love life for May 2019? The message that you have, Sagittarius, is the Queen of Wands. So this can be your energy because you are a fire sign. However, if you're involved with another fire sign, another Sagittarius, an Aries, or a Leo, this can represent their energy. But because you have the Emperor here, this can be that you need to take charge, because the Queen of Wands goes after what she wants. This is being very self-confident, very motivated, very passionate, and just, again, going after what you want. Okay, so let's take a look at what you have going on in these three cards. The Six of Swords is your repeat card. So things are going to get better for you. It's a double message. Same card, different deck. This means that whatever it is that's going on in your love life, whether you're just hoping to find somebody new, or maybe you just want things to get better in a marriage or in a relationship, this is telling you that you're moving into a much calmer place, calmer waters. You're leaving your problems behind you, or maybe a difficult person behind you. That's a double message for you. You also have the Page of Swords, which does mean that there can be communication. For some of you, you can't be hearing the truth from someone because, let me just move this out of the way. You do have the Hermit here. So someone is doing a lot of thinking about you. Maybe they're doing a lot of soul searching about what they want or how they feel. And that maybe that is why you're highly stressed. And again, all the Swords cards in the spread say that there is a whole lot of thinking going on for the sign of Sagittarius. Or someone is doing a lot of thinking about you. You very well could be hearing the truth when someone finally figures things out. I mean, this means there's a very kind of open and honest conversation. And again, this came right after the Six of Swords, which means that this conversation leads to things being much better for you. You're in a much healthier place. And then you got the Cellmate card. So, I mean, this is your happiness here. Your wish has been fulfilled. Either there's a new soulmate coming in, because you did have the Ace of Pentacles jump for you, which is a new beginning, a very unexpected new beginning. But it can be a very unexpected new beginning with an existing soulmate. This is also just you have a very close bond with someone. It's not just you're attracted to them. It's not just, love. It just means that you're very close emotionally. You're very close spiritually. This is kind of like a soulmate twin flame energy. So again, it could be someone that figures out how they feel about you. Maybe they didn't see it at first, and now they do. This could be what has you highly stressed here with the Nine of Swords. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the X spread. I'm going to be using this deck right here, and you did have two jumping cards, which I will show you before we start. Let me get these out of the way. And as always with the X spread, this can represent someone that you had a long-term relationship with, but it can also just be someone you dated a few times and you just want to know if you're going to hear from them again. You can definitely use this reading for that. So the cards that jump for you, one of them I've already mentioned, are these two. So I'm going to put them back in the deck in a minute. I just wanted you to see them for a minute here. So the Hermit was in the first spread, so that's why I wanted to mention it. It's significant. So I feel like if you're hoping to hear from an ex, maybe you've not heard from from them at all since you broke up. The Hermit does mean that maybe there's a lot of thinking going on. You saw how many Swords cards you had in that first spread. There's a whole lot of thinking. And this is a major arcana of someone who's doing a lot of soul searching to see the truth, to figure out the truth. And then the Seven of Wands. I mean, the Seven of Wands can definitely be maybe you confronting your ex, especially if there was something very unpleasant that happened in the breakup. Maybe they cheated, maybe they lied, maybe they just hurt you. This could be you confronting your ex, but it can definitely be that maybe they need to confront their own ego. Maybe they need to confront themselves. Maybe they need to confront their own fears. So let me put these back in the deck, and we'll see how the message resonates as far as these two cards that jump for you. Okay. Show me the energies around Sagittarius and their ex for May. You've got the Page of Wands, Sagittarius and their ex for May. Six of Swords, which now this is the third time that we see this card because it was a repeat card in the first spread. Sagittarius and their ex for May. Two of Swords, Sagittarius and their ex for May. Six of Wands, Sagittarius and their ex for May. Two of Wands. This was also in the first spread. Sagittarius and their ex for May. And the Emperor, also in the first spread. So there are quite a few repeat messages. I usually don't see this many in these spreads, but I mean, this is what's important for the sign of Sagittarius. Here's one, Six of Swords. So you've got 1, 2, and there is another one. So this just means, you know, with the Six of Swords, no matter what is going on with you, and here's the other one, Six of Swords. Let's see here. Six of Swords, Six of Swords, Six of Swords. I mean, I think there was another sign. There's only been like one other time that there's been that many repeat cards, and I think it was for the sign of Leo for April. So you've got a pretty loud message there. You also have the Two of Wands as a repeat card, so I'll just put it there so you can see it. Yeah, I mean, this is eye-opening for the sign of Sagittarius. Also the Emperor. So there's quite a few. Let's start at the top. So you've got the Page of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Two of Swords. So the key message here for the sign of Sagittarius is that things are going to get better. There is movement around you, with the Six of Swords being here 3 times. So we're asking about someone in your life who's no longer with you, who, you know, you broke up, or maybe there's been kind of a temporary separation, but there is movement around you. 3 cards that are saying the same thing. There is movement. And with the Six of Swords, it is kind of a healthy change. So perhaps maybe you needed time apart. Maybe somebody needed time to figure out what they wanted, how they felt about you, because it's a healthy change with the Six of Swords. You also have communication here with the Page of Wands. This is communication that has you very excited. This is, with the Page of Wands, this is always good news. This is kind of opening new doors. This is adventure, excitement. So I feel like for many of you, you are hearing what you want to hear. That's probably why you started with the Nine of Cups in the first spread. I always say the first card's always really significant, and for you, it was the Wish card. This is you getting exactly what you want. This is you being extremely happy. So for many of you, you're hearing what you want to hear. There is that change, that excitement because of the communication that you're hearing. You've got the Two of Swords, which means that there is something really complicated around you and your ex. And usually with the Two of Swords, this is someone who is struggling, who is struggling with taking action or making a decision. And it very well could be that they're struggling with reaching out to you, communicating with you. Perhaps because they're still trying to figure out how they feel. Because you did have the Hermit in the first spread, and then it was a jumping card for this spread. So for many of you, it could be that your ex could be holding back. They could be, you know, just not reaching out to you, not letting you know how they feel, because maybe they're still figuring this out. With the Two of Swords, it's just always really complicated, and it represents stuck energy. You've reached a dead end because you're not going anywhere until you take action or you make some decision. But I do have to mention that for some of you, it can be your ex, but it can be you, especially if you're the one who broke up with your ex, or maybe you're the one who did something wrong. I mean, hard to say in these general readings, but Two of Swords does mean that someone refuses to take action, and because of that, everything is stuck. Now, in the bottom row, look at this. You've got the Six of Wands, Two of Wands 2 times, the Emperor 2 times, and of course the other Six of Swords. Now, another thing that like really stands out here too, or practically it's funny, is how many sixes you have in this spread. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 sixes. Keep in mind that the 6s represent balance and harmony. So perhaps things maybe fell apart with your ex because something was just completely out of balance. Maybe there was just a lot of problems, a lot of difficulty, there was a lack of harmony there, and things just fell apart. Not because there was not enough love, because you did have the soulmate card, but because things were just completely out of balance. You do have victory. So, I mean, the 6 of Wands means that whatever challenges you and your ex faced, you can overcome this. This is, getting past any obstacles that have been blocking your happiness, your relationship. However, this is also a repeat card for you, the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands means that there is a waiting involved. So if you just broke up, I feel like there is some type of delay here. Because, there's someone that is doing a whole lot of thinking, as far as, do I want them back? Can it work? Did I make a bad decision? And in the meantime, you're freaking out. You've got the 9 of Swords. You're agonizing. You're thinking they did move on. They don't care anymore. They don't think about me. But there's a whole lot of thinking going on here. And then the Emperor 2 times. This is also eye-opening. Same card, different deck. The Emperor does mean that somebody really needs to take control. And it can be, now that I see this, if you, and let's just say, because this is a general reading, that you and your ex broke up quite some time ago and you're still waiting for them. That would be why this is here. If you broke up a long time ago and maybe both of you are being stubborn, refusing to take action, somebody needs to take action with the Emperor being here 2 times. Somebody has to take control. You've got victory. You've got a lot of positive movement. The 6 of Swords 3 times. There will be a healthy change in the relationship when someone takes control, the Emperor. You can't have that stability because the Emperor also does represent stability. But if you're purposely waiting, maybe you made the mistake, then, 2 of Swords, you will be waiting for a while until you take action. But again, for some of you, it could be that you're waiting for your ex to take action. You did have the Sun. The Sun does not always come out. The Sun does mean that whatever situation you're dealing with is going to work out in your favor. You will be extremely happy with the outcome. Again, with the Sun and the 9 of Cups, this is promising you happiness. You will like how this turns out. It will work out in your favor. Again, 6 of Swords 3 times. I feel like if you did break up, this is, when you get together again, it would be a much healthier relationship. But for some of you, someone has to do something. It could be that someone's just being very, very stubborn. There's a need to take action. Okay, Sagittarius, this has been your love reading for May 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.